Hello and welcome back. My name is Jonna. I do go by J or Glamma J. I had just made a video earlier this morning about applying my makeup and my lashes. I wasn't really in a lot of detail in the lashes. And I had just came back in from the outside. I'm in an environment here in El Paso that is very dry and very windy, so my hair is a mess, and I probably sweated some of the. You probably doesn't look. I don't know if you're able to see them. Look more into the light. I don't have any. So, a young lady had sent me a message stating, what do you use? Do you use a liquid foundation, a powder foundation? And I haven't uploaded the videos yet. And I'm thinking, well, I had responded back because I just didn't want to give her all these names of what I do use and I confuse her because I would have been confused. So I'm going to tell you some of the products that I do use and the names, and I want you to know that I am not here to promote anything or say anything negative about anybody else. It's just my personal opinion of what I have used over the years. I am 47 years old, and my skin is changing. And for one reason, in this past year, going through the accident, getting off of the medication that I was on, it's really gotten much smoother. And drinking more water and bringing in more fruits and vegetables is another thing I've been doing that will also been affecting my skin. I've also lost 25 pounds, not eating any red meat or drinking sodas or eating lots of starch breads or potatoes and stuff like that. So I have really watched what I'm bringing into my body. I have some grandchildren that I want to be around for. But anyway, to start off this video, I am very frank, very open, and I would love you to subscribe and give me your feedback, pro and con. This station or this channel is to promote, empower, learning about yourself and help others. Every time I go out, I compliment somebody, and the reasoning is we don't know what kind of day they're going to have. So I want to tell you, Laura, that you made my day today, because it's like, wow, I looked shit, so what do you use? And I'm thinking, wow, that made my day. So I thank you for that, Laura, more than you know. Thank you. So I'm going to tell you what I do use. I don't use expensive brands. I'm very thrifty, very cost effective, but I don't use, I use products that are not tested on animals. I'm really big on not harming any animals for the testing of the chemicals of the makeup. Now, a lot of times these people say, well, did you know it absorbs into your skin at least 60% of the toxins and stuff like that? I do a lot of research. I've had to, and the reasoning is because of being diagnosed what I've been diagnosed with. I'm really careful what I do put inside my body and on my skin. So, the different products that I do use is going to be ranging from CoverGirl to Maybelline to Milan to e.l.f. to LA Colors to I buy from Walgreens, Walmart, Target, even the Dollar Tree. I have gotten some really I don't know if you're able to see that. I've been outside, remember. LA Colors, and they have the matte lipstick with the gloss at the other end. And this here, I love it. This color, it's called Charm, and it's the LA Colors, and it was only $1. Where my favorite, all-time favorite, is this. And I will always stay by, I don't know, I hope this never goes out. I might have to buy 3 or 4 of them. But this is Flowers, and this is from Drew Barrymore. It's a very, I was very fortunate. It was half off when I bought it. Some of the Walmarts are discontinuing it to bring in another line. One of them has it, another one doesn't. So I know I'd be able to still pick it up. But when I purchased this the first time, and I'm going to tell you a story, I had never worn red. This was my first time ever wearing red. It was with this, and this was really, really bold. And I put it on, and I'm going to tell you, what made me, people had given me some really beautiful words, saying, wow, that looks really nice on you. And I was really self-conscious. I didn't want to be too much, if that makes sense. But I love this, and it's from Flowers. And I don't know if you're able to see that. Maybe. Oh, here, I apologize, guys. Hopefully it's not backwards, but it's from Flowers, and it ranges about $8 to $9, and I got it for $4.50. So I love it. I love it. Another brand that I wear is e.l.f. I love this. This is a matte color, and this is a red, and I think this is like $3, and it goes on so creamy, and it stays on, and I love it. $3. Another brand that I buy, of course, is CoverGirl. I love my CoverGirl. It's more of a natural. Another one I buy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be really, really apologetic here. I do not know. But I got this really dark. Don't think I'm going to be able to wear that. Maybe Halloween. I need to try it. And then also, this is going to be, you know, I have a young lady that I follow. And I think, oh, I don't remember. It's I think Everlast. It's horrible. The lighting is horrible. Here we go. Mega Fast Liquid Catsuit Wet and Wild. Sorry about that. You're right in my lips. This is one of those colors or type that more or less sets, and you don't have to put it on constantly. I know I've noticed if I'm drinking or if I'm eating, it wears away. But this sets, but I'm going to be honest, this is way too dark. Way too dark. I don't know if you're able to see that, but it's way, way too dark for me. But I'm thinking if I dress something in the evening and it had a dark effect, it'd be very, very pretty. Another brand that was Wet and Wild. Maybe this is another Wet and Wild. They have this kind of style too on the Wet and Wild. That's more of a pink. So back in the day, I used to just wear nudes, you know, very, very calming. This, I love this brand. I fell in love with this brand. I don't know what it is. Something, the way the chemistry, the way they make it, but it's Milan. I love their eyeshadow. I have a lot of their bronzer. I think I had their mascara at one time. But this is a very rich color too. It's almost like a burgundy, a Merlot wine color kind of thing. It's very beautiful. I'd have to be wearing something very dark or black. Be really pretty. It's like with a white crisp shirt and have that on. Very beautiful. But now, just to give you an idea, those are my ranges of lip of different kinds of brands, ranging from $8 all the way down to $1. You need to be careful, and I really want to stress this to you when you do this, is I noticed when I started using lip care, my lips were cracking. I mean, they were bleeding, and I had sent a video to someone saying, how do you cure this? And I'm going to be honest, my body was detoxing big time, the medicine not being in my body, the changing of the food, and I think I was drinking a lot of green tea with apple cider in it, and I think I was getting dehydrated. I wasn't pushing as fluids as the water, so I'm thinking that was part of it, because I've not had the bleeding or the cracking. So I cannot state any of these were causing that. I think it was my body that was reacting to that. Another thing, I do take a lot of photos, and that is due to it's almost like a daily diary, how much my body is changing since of March 6th. That's the key, since the accident. So, the foundation was the question for Laura. What do you use? Again, I use different brands. I want you to do what you are comfortable with, that you don't feel heavy, that you don't feel like, God, feels like I'm just wearing a mask. I don't want you to feel that way. I'm very light. I forget I have my makeup on. I have to remember to keep my wipes out, to take my makeup off at night, because I used not to take my makeup off. And you have to. The older we're getting, we have to do that. I'm being really, really sincere. So what I use, and I'll do another video tomorrow morning. What I use, can't find it. Here it is. I usually use a CoverGirl foundation. Okay. But I am using today is because it was on sale, and I was getting into makeup. I wasn't really wearing a lot prior to the accident and me trying to start healing, if that makes sense. So I am now using, and I will use this tomorrow again and show you. It's called Flowers. The brand name is Flowers, and it is a buff tint, number 4. It has like a little brush on it. On that, it looks really dirty. God, that's not really good to show you, but yeah. This is ranging, I would say around $8. I think $8. So I got it for $4. So if I ever wanted it again, it would be $8. But I love it. It really, I hate to say this, if this sounds really, it fills in the cracks. It smooths out my wrinkles, or it fills in those spaces. I sometimes utilize as Wet n Wild Cover All. I don't even know the name of the color. It's called Light Hell. It's 817. But it seems really dark, maybe because it's dark in here, but that. So I use, honestly, this, which is more of a pale compared to that. And I just, so you know, hopefully you watch my other videos. Remember to subscribe. Hit subscribe on your little button down there, and you'll continue seeing me come up. And you can put on there notifications and stuff like that if you want to be notified when I apply another video. But I put the foundation, I usually put dots here, and I come down. You see this line right here? I put dots here, and then right here. I put them right through here. I had smoked for 7 years. No, stop. I've stopped smoking 7 years ago, but I had smoked about 20 plus years, if that makes sense. So my body, I don't have the lines like I used to in through here. So, and I put some of the little dots here, and my little stress line right here. I put it here, and I bring them up like through here. And then I blend it in with a wedge. A lot of times you see these videos of these little, they're usually shaped very uniquely. I wet it down, not wet, just moisten it down, and then I just blend it in. After I have applied this, I want to make a keynote to you, and I just remembered. I also put it on my eyelid. And the reasoning why I do that, it's almost like a base. And my eye makeup stays on much more. And it also, it doesn't, it's not like it's going into all the wrinkles, if that makes sense, because I have lots and lots of wrinkles, but it just looks very smooth. So I do add my foundation onto my eyes too. So, and I will show you that. After adding that, you can get these at Walmart or Walgreens or any of the drugstores. I use a powder. And people are going to say, why do you do this? Why do you go this route? This is what I do, my routine. It is a CoverGirl, okay, and it is a loose powder. So I've already used the concealer, and then I use the powder here, and it's I think it's the ivory. Oh, kids, it's 115. I don't see medium, translucent medium. And what I do is I bring it down like so, okay? And I just want to mix it up a little bit. And then I just take the lid off. I do not use this at all. And the next thing I do is I use my brush here. And I'm going to be sincere, I use a different brush for each of my powders. And I wash my brushes, and you need to do that. You don't have to do them daily. I do it maybe once a month. It depends on how soiled they are. Another technique is that when you do this, you can flip it down, but you need to make sure you tap it. Tap it onto the container, and the reasoning is the powder will settle into the brush, and then you can put it. And I put it all over my face, my eyes. And there's a famous, check mark, put it through here, my eyes, all over my face, okay? So I do that. So that is my powder. I use the concealer, and then I use a powder. CoverGirl is what I use. The next thing that I use for all of you is going to be Wet n Wild. And it's going to look like this. I'm sorry, it's sort of going off the label, but it's Wet n Wild, and it's going to be a bronzer. And the color of it is Bikini Contest. It's $4.70. And what I do is I use a separate brush again. This is it here. It wiggles a little bit, so I have to make sure I have the right one. And these are e.l.f. brushes, and I think these were like $2. And the thing is that I have washed them a couple times, and I'll probably the next time when they get soiled get a new one. They're wonderful. I love them, love them, love them. I had one that broke, and I had taken them and put them in here, okay, in my little Tupperware dish. So what I do is I take the brush into the powder, and then I tip it. And when I take, so all the powder settles into the bristles. And honestly, you know how you say a bronzer, you only do it a certain part of your face. I do it all over my face. I do from here, my eyes, the check mark, which is over here to up, through here, and all over. I also want to tell you, coming through your hairline, come up through here. When you use your foundation, also bring it up through your hairline. You don't want a line. You want it to blend. I don't know if you see a line in there. Even though I've been out there in the wind and the sweat. Yeah, make sure you're blending it into your hairline. And come down to your neck, especially you women. Don't stop here. Don't stop here. Come all the way down. I always come down and then come up to your ears too, so it looks connected, okay? And there's some days, it depends on what I'm wearing, and I come in through here situation, okay? So that is going to be the Wet n Wild, okay? I have been using that for a few years now, that brand. And I've not had any complications, no reactions, nothing at all. The next thing that I use is a powder, which is from CoverGirl, this right here, and I'll show you the color. Love the color. It's very subtle. Sorry, it's very subtle. I don't know if you're able to see that. It's called Soft Mink. It's been around for years. When I say years, I've been using this 20, 25 years. Love it. Love it. And I had one, I think with the move and everything, or with everything happening with the accident, a lot of things broke. So I put that in here, and you can tell the color difference. More of it, one is more of a bronzy look. This is more of a rose tint look. So I have another brush for this. This is it, and I do the same thing. I dip it in, and then I make sure you put the powder settles into the brushes. I'm going to tell you something. This is going to sound like you're double coating yourself. I go all over my face. All over my face. My eyes. I remind you, I've not done my eyes yet. I've not done my eyes yet. I don't know how. I never have. I've always done my whole face, then did my eyes last. I don't know why. I think I just want that foundation, that complete look. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like this is how I feel. It probably sounds horrible, but it's like if you're painting something, like if I'm staining my cabinet out there, and then I'm gonna poly around it. It just doesn't make sense. It's like I have this completely done, and I'm gonna finish this. Why don't you have a complete project and then highlight your eye? That's probably why I do it. So I just put all over my face, and again the ears, the hairline kind of stuff, and I bring my hair up situation, you know. So from there I forgot a step. I use a contour, and before, I feel so bad. I should have contour brush. Can't believe I forgot that because it's right here. And before, let's say it this way. I put the foundation on, the liquid foundation. I put the powder on, the CoverGirl powder, the loose powder. Next thing I do, I put the bronzer on, the bronzer, okay, the Wet n Wild bronzer. After that, when I get that on, I put on my contour. So I have my bronzer on. I know it sounds really odd, but this is how I do it. I have my bronzer. And this is going to be Wet n Wild again. I guess I use a lot of Wet n Wild. I didn't realize that. Contour palette. And it's the number 749A. It looks like this. And I go in it just like this. And then I come up from here to here. And I just swoosh, swoosh up. And I'll show you more tomorrow. Okay, Laura? So that's what I use. I have not used a lot of this here. The only time I really use this is like a highlighter sometimes. And through here, it depends on how I feel and the kind of look I'm getting today. God, can you see me? Okay. From there, that is where I'm going to put the CoverGirl Soft Meek blush all over me. When you do the contouring, I want you to remember to go through the cheekbones, and then and through here. I go through my nose here to narrow it. The reason why I put it here is to narrow it. And then I put some through here. I am losing my chin. I had gained a lot of weight. But I have always put it underneath my chin to make it look thinner, if that makes sense. So I will show you some of the things like that tomorrow's video. So that I would put the soft mink on all over. So you can see I've done the contour here. It's a little darker here. I don't know if you're able to see that. But it's dark right through there. Okay? So the next thing that I do is like, that's a lot, huh? Yes. I get my contour brush. I mean, my bronzing brush. Okay, this is what it looks like. e.l.f. again. I don't know if it was $1 or $2, but I also get my e.l.f. It's darker. It's a much darker color. I love it. I don't know what this is a mellow mauve. And what I do is I suck my cheeks in, and I come all the way up. Start like through here, through the apple of your cheek. The apple of your cheek. and come all the way up. But I just lightly kind of situation, just like that. Okay, and I bring it up, and I'm trying to bring it the look coming up. I don't want to bring it down. I want to bring it up situation, and then I bring it come through here, trying to conceal that little stress mark. People who know me is like, oh, it looks pretty deep today, Jade. You're stressing. And then I come through my nose, and then again underneath the chin, kind of situation. Bring it on your nose. So that's what I use the e.l.f. I love this. Milan has a beautiful one. I have not picked it up for quite a while. I need to, but yeah, this, and I'll show you when I get that. So yeah, I love this product from e.l.f. It is very, very subtle, and you have the control on how much you want to put on and how little you want to put on. It's going to take time. Believe me, it's going to take time. So on the foundation, that is my my finished product. The cream, and then the powders, and then the bronzer, and then going into the contour, the blush, and then the deepening or the darker blush onto the cheekbone area. Then that would be done, and then I would hit the eyes. And I have so many different brands of that. I'm going to be sincere. I'm still practicing with a lot of the different colors, like your blues and your greens. I've always stayed with the browns and the browns and the taupes. I'm just learning. I mean, it's been one of those things that you grow up and you go a certain way and you stay with that way. You know, me wearing the same hairstyle for 20 plus years. I haven't changed my hairstyle. That's just, I'm learning, and we're learning together. If there's something different that you have, or if you have a question or a product, ask me. I'm going to make videos about how I apply on my eyelashes more in detail, tricks that I've learned on the way. Oh my goodness, the lashes I've gone through. And then cleaning your eyelashes and cleaning your brushes. It's very, very important. I want you to know something is, if you have a skin cream and it does well with you, continue using it. I use something an everyday lotion. I have not really got into the cleansing part of my face. I'm learning more about that, and I will be sharing that with you in the future. So at night, when I'm done, after I take my lenses, my little lashes out, I store them, and then I clean my face. I use the Walmart Equalite makeup removers, and this is I use, and I think they have them in lavender. I had the lavender, but it really, I don't know, it bothered me, so I just use the simple one. And I used to not clean my face. I used to just go to bed with makeup on, and that's not healthy. And the reason why I say that, it sounds horrible, it's clogging your pores, and we're getting older, and we need to refresh your day every day. And so that's what I do. I use those to take it off, and it works really, really well. In fact, I'll make a video on how I take it off and everything. So that is some of the products I use, and I hope that answers your question, Laura. If not, I will text you the brands. But I want you to go by your gut, what you feel comfortable with. You are a beautiful woman, and I want you to know what's right for your skin pigment, and I'll go over all of that for you. Because I don't want you to just do what I'm doing. I want you to feel comfortable, what makes you happy, and because you are beautiful, and I will just give you some tips that we can help each other. We're learning every day, and so I love you, and please have a wonderful evening, and be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. And today, like I said, I was outside staining my cabinet for my femden. I have so much yarn, and from there I'll be back So remember to subscribe and put on their notifications if you want to be notified when I upload another video. And I'll put on the attention on the Facebook. I have Facebook, Instant Messenger, and Tweet. I don't do a lot of tweeting. I do more Instant and Facebook. I do have a Snapchat, but I don't use that as much. I don't know how to use it. God, that sounds horrible. But I love you. I want you to love yourself. And we're here to help each other and empower each other. So have a beautiful day. And I love you from Glamour J.